meeting to order. I have an invitation by Mr. Gilbert, pledge allegiance be by Mr. Eastwood.
Our gracious Father, we come and thank you, Lord, for today and for the blessings of life. We thank you for this time that we can serve the city and do its best in the decision we make tonight. We just ask you for your guidance and direction in all we do. We ask forgiveness for your failure in Jesus' name. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor to this flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Okay, we're down to public forum. There's no green cards. I don't see any. So we move along to the agenda. A, board to approve the minutes of the regular call meeting of the board meeting held on April 18th, 2023.
I make the motion we approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
First and second, any discussion on that?
Did you get a copy, Matthew?
I didn't get the other pages, I just got the top. Thank you.
Is there any discussion on that? Now, we call for the vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. If you need a minute, do you need a minute? Oh, you good?
I'm good with it, sir.
Okay. Next, we got the financial report, business, oh,
Since April, you started the month of May with $253,979 in your bank account. The sales tax deposit was $13,172.44. You have allocated funds of $111,929, which leaves you available funds of $155,222. We are also proposing with the $20,000 that we paid back with the swap from the OEDC funds back to us, back to you to take off of that $50,000 loan. We collected from the OMDD, we went to deposit $12,000 against that $50,000 loan. And then we wanted to discuss the $3,000 that is owed for the OEDC's admin fees, to do the same thing with it, to flip it to the city and flip it right back to you. That would pay the balance of this loan for $50,000 down to $15,000.
15,000.
So, and Shane okayed that today, so we're working on cutting checks for it.
okay.
I have a check, well, a check that needs to be cut for Johnson Lab and Supply. If this belongs to the park. And I did not need to verify that with him, $474.41.
Who's that, Johnson?
Johnson Lab and Supply.
Oh.
And we have $25,279 still open on that, so the $474.41 would come into the budget. If we have approval to apply that, if that's part of the park project. So, which is your sales tax. That's everything that I have for this moment. You're welcome to ask any questions you have. Down at the bottom, you'll see like a list of everything that's coming on the park project with the orders and the dollar amounts that have been paid out already.
Oh, and I forgot the term.
74,000 paid off so far.
Yes.
And I got to bring my receipt to give it to somebody. I don't,
Did you write what the receipt was for?
You will.
Okay, if you write what the receipt was for, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
okay. Any more discussion on the financial report?
We're going to take any action on the money owed to the city, by the city owes the revenue money. owed.
That'd be great if you would take action on it, yes.
And we're only supposed to make a decision on that.
Just to say if it's okay or not, just to pay me. Payment.
Would that be an agenda item?
I think it's gonna be a agenda, though.
Probably does, yeah. Maybe it's just a statement of what the city has decided we need to do, to pay it on the line. Is that allowed?
I would think so, pay off the debt.
That'll be 15,000 paid toward the, these outstanding debt. Which brings it down to 50,000.
It still have to be an agenda item, though.
Do what?
It still would have to be an agenda item, correct?
I wouldn't think so, really. The city want to pay the debts.
We've already got the finances for the city council meeting. But I don't know if anybody said yay, nay, or what on that.
May have to be on, may have to be on the, it's over 10,000, you have to put it on the city. So,
Just in case.
I mean,
Never hurts.
never heard of that.
Yeah.
Just pay off to the OEDC.
Probably let them know.
Yeah.
They're right,
Let the council know what that.
That's the decision that was way before us.
Right,
It was trying to be correct.
so we'll try to put that on the city agenda, council agenda next time. Right, Lisa?
I wrote it down.
Thank you.
Okay. Discuss, on the business. Consider and or action, discuss and take action on giving, County Chastain permission to order more checks and deposit slips for the OEDC account.
I make a motion that Connie can order more checks.
A second motion?
Anybody understand if you said she can or she can't? Is it a can or a can't?
Can.
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 Okay.
Can.
Okay, thank you. Because they were charged to your account, so go ask.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, we call for the vote, all in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, V, discuss and take action on the purchase of materials and install covered, paying the balance of the funds in the street repairs and clearing of roads. Overton Industrial donation of $8,857.96 can be applied toward this on M Street. A request was made in February of 2022. But action was then revised in March 2022. It has to be revisited in future. Who knows about this? I don't.
Make a
know.
motion to discuss.
I'll second it.
They're in your packet.
I think this project's already been done. And because it's industrial money, that money can be paid to the city, because the city's already paid for it, is that correct?
I'm not sure what all that, over industrial donation was.
It was for street repairs and things, right?
Right.
Or actually, the street stuff, because we did Acacia Street. That would be a good city manager question.
So,
But because this money right here was, put on roads and then that money was sent for industrial donations for road repair, then that money we can pay the city for that. If that work has been done.
who put this on here? Who put this-
Put it on there.
There.
I think another reason it was used the first time, because it was residential area and, that's.
Yeah, the first time it's money, I think it was coming to the OEC, not as part of the industrial. And then there was some checking on it to be done.
I do not have that one in my notes. Oh, yeah, Shane is the one that said that.
So,
But Shane can't do it by himself, so somebody else has to do it. By himself.
I guess so, can we do this, or can we not? Or do we need to, can we approve it and then have it checked on?
If somebody knows if it's been, the work's been done. My understanding, the work has been done.
It have been?
It has been completed. My understanding.
Was it, this is a board, I want to, what? Get more info, move,
Since no one really knows about this, whether the work's been done or not, and I'm pretty sure that the industrial part of this is due because it's part of the road work program, when they came through and did Front Street, Washington Street, and some other streets, that's where part of that money was coming from, to help with the pay of that is, I mean, that money has to be spent in that way.
I would think you could apply because of that, but we did.
But we need to find out if it was done, completed and finished, and what the amount was.
I guess that's all we're going to do. That's all we can pay for it is having that. And we said, yeah, put the environment into it, but it is better than it should be. Everybody knows how much it costs them, but if you have any idea of how much.
I was thinking that the work had been done, the invoice had come in, it was less than the 8,057, I was thinking it was successful.
Okay.
But I would have to go through my paperwork to be sure. But I do remember seeing something for Elmswood, and that's where the question had come up, that the manager brought up to me, so I made a note about it.
So make a motion to verify the work's been done and what was spent and what's the remaining balance. I mean, I think we gotta make a motion to do that before we continue.
I mean, I'm good with spending the money.
Yeah. You just gotta know,
You can add the emotion, spend it if it can be used,
right,
if it can be used.
right, okay. You know that, make a motion, we verify work's been done, invoices have been paid, and the remaining balance can be spent towards Elm Street.
Repaying the city, because the city's already paid.
Oh, well, yeah, we're paying the city back for Elm Street's work.
Second. Get all that motion down there.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's pretty thorough.
motion and a second, any more discussion? Now we call for the vote, all in favor, raise your right hand. Okay. C, discuss and take action on bids submitted for repair and maintenance of the 22 RV site, power receptacles in the park, and lighting and power outlets installed in the pavilion near the Lower Lake.
That was by Dan and Henry.
So total 4,500? No, different, going on more. Yeah, that's it.
Was it?
Okay.
We're gonna have one really to.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I think it's 2.
There's 3 for the
Oh, so-
over here.
It's 3.
This is,
Make
Our
a motion
people
to
doing it.
discuss.
yeah, okay, motion discuss. Second?
Okay.
I kind of know this because after our last meeting, I knew that there needed to be 3 bids, and so I started reaching out to people and getting that ball rolling. So I can go ahead and just talk about this if you want me to.
Yes, ma'am?
Okay, so I went to Blazer Electric out of Henderson, and that's like the email that I was sent from Mr. John. And so Mr. John would be glad to have $949 to deliver to us an electrical mapping and capabilities chart and suggest improvements. Let's just, we'll start off with $994 and then let us know where to go from there. The one that's looks like this is Freddie and
Malone?
okay, but anyway, made a bid, Payne looked at the stuff and actually wrote something out, but they need a $2,250 deposit and then the remainder amount. They are, journeyman electrician, they work under a master electrician's contract, they wouldn't necessarily be on site or anything like that. I'm pretty sure that they'll probably would do good work. They came up with a pretty exact amount minus the fees and stuff like that. The third one, Mr. Coffee and Carroll Electric Corporation, I know this gentleman, Mr. Coffee, probably 8 years or so. I know, people that he's worked for and has done work, and he is a master electrician, and he said, I'll just kind of come in, I don't charge overtime, I bring what I need, he's not gonna need an apprentice and a track code and a sky lift and all of that. I mean, he assured me that if he needed something, he was sure that the city would be able to provide if he needed to get lifted up somewhere. And I told him that's probably all possibilities. That he just uses his equipment, he's already well equipped, and we can go, he will get all the parts lists done, and we get them at his cost, and we just go pick them up, or he's glad to, pick them up. Or, and then we pay for the parts as he orders it at his cost. Or he can do it himself and then upcharge it 20 or 30%, how that would be done. So, such as with this one right here, you're not given that option of, hey, we can save some money with Mr. Coffee, and not be upcharged, for him to get the parts in order and then go in and do it himself. The city, will get our information and then the city can pay for the parts as we get them, and it'll be at his cost. So he would do all the shopping of what needed to be done and go from there. And when I talked to him, he said, I said, what do you think about $4,500? And he was kind of like, I don't even think it's gonna cost that much.
But he didn't provide a estimate of exactly what the total job would be.
He felt pretty sure like in the 4,000 range, but he didn't go around and look at every receptacle and look at every little thing, but I mean, he assured me it wasn't gonna go over, it wouldn't go over that. And he kind of felt like 45 was a little high, and of course, you take off the 800, that's 3,700, he didn't feel like it was gonna be, he would be a little surprised if it was 4,000. But when you're talking about parts and stuff, I don't know what they did, but, you know, how they're getting their parts and panels and stuff here. Do I know? I know Mr. Coffey, yes. I know Mr. Coffey, and I know, people that he works for. Some of the people he's worked for and worked for. Yes, sir.
Where's this other company out of?
Mr. Coffey?
No, Coffee's out of Kilgore.
Yeah, I thought so. Henderson, maybe?
Name.
I think their master electrician is somebody they work under, or their, Tyler maybe.
Right.
But Mr. Coffey is the master electrician. You know. And then if he needed help, I believe Rick is a journeyman. But
Like,
But I don't see Mr. Coffey necessarily in any help, he's been doing it for
right.
30 years or so.
What about when he has to put conduit in the ground, or he's gonna need help then?
Yeah, but I don't think he didn't seem too alarmed about anything.
Okay.
Kinda like going with you, let's get too alarmed about anything. It's just like if it happens, just. Ooh.
Any more discussion?
One quick question, can we meet his requirement that he get paid in 2 weeks unless the other arrangement's been made?
Mhm.
I'm just saying from a city standpoint.
It's up to you guys, signers. If you get a check to you.
Okay.
Oh, and I haven't, I mean, I've been able to reach out and talk to him, and, so I'm sure I'm sure he didn't wanna go, he didn't wanna go over 6 months or anything like that, but if it were a week or so later, or a week earlier, he knows where I work.
Yeah, I'm fine with Mr. Coffey, and, we can still just set a limit on it, say 4,000, unless there's a change orders, they find out something along the way, but just put a cap on it. So, I think,
Because that other one said 4,500.
Well, that's
yeah, that's with taxes. Yeah, it was 3,700, but yeah, 45, but as long as it don't go on to 4,000, just put a cap on it. If he's got a change order that is something catastrophic that nobody would have known, then okay,
correct.
we'll do a change order and we'll meet on that. So, I think Kilgore, and he's a master. I'd go with Coffey, it's local.
And he knows how to find me, and I know how to find him, so there's that.
So I make a motion that we, pick Mr. Coffey, set the amount at 4,000, to replace the, electrical at the park and RV,
And the pavilion.
and the pavilion.
Yep.
A cap at 4,000.
Have a second?
Second.
Call for the vote, all in favor, raise your right hand. All right. The, discuss and take action on parking spaces at Kenneman Square visible. This item was moved from April's meeting, and no meeting was held in May. So, do we wanna talk about this at a later time, or what do y'all wanna do?
What kind of parking spaces, like parallel parking spaces? or
There's no
is it
visible.
Angle space, what's everybody talking about?
There's no visible,
I think there's a couple of ways you can see angular.
so we could, I wanna make a motion to discuss it.
Motion to discuss,
Second it.
should I just, motion to discuss it
Yes. Who's gonna paint? Sorry.
Get on my knees with paintbrush.
Is this, well, again, like Deanne said, is this parallel or angle
I
or?
think most of it's angular, you can kind of see them across on the insurance one.
Well,
Sure.
I guess my concern is, whenever I'm downtown and in a mail or driving through downtown, I don't know what I haven't seen any problem, I guess, until you're having an event.
Yeah.
So is that where the problem is? I don't know. Cause it seems like most people that are parking there, they'll park parallel with the street across from Insurance One on that Kennemer Square side. I haven't ever noticed anybody on the Kennemer Square side pulling in at that angle.
Yeah, not till you get down there to those actual
Where's the line?
stores,
Well,
back room and all that, yeah.
Usually it's, big trucks, like the electric trucks. Or
Right.
somebody with a trailer pulls down there, and it's too long to park anywhere else.
Right.
And I wanna say, didn't we cover this, cause we were talking about there's other things they might do at Kingman Square, but
Yeah.
then it was,
Yeah,
they were gonna rip out the concrete, keep the concrete, so it was really, cause they want it to be an event center, but, that's the reason why this got tabled, cause it was just more to
Yeah.
just space.
This, what I guess we're talking just about the road, not the
Yeah,
square.
we just don't know.
Right, so, I don't think it's necessary, in my opinion.
I don't know. Unless somebody knows why.
We don't have overflow of traffic in that, and parking needed.
well, for one, when they had that art festival, I saw a lady down there painting on both sides of the street.
She painted with that white paint, didn't she? Somebody did that out of where the flags are now too.
Yep.
Really, they're not supposed to do that without permission.
Maybe that's what she.
Don't want to table it?
We remove it.
Remove it. I just remove it.
Make a motion to remove item until we figure out if there's any.
The need or necessity. of
Find
it.
out who's painting lines on the street.
E,
You made the motion?
I make a motion to
Second.
remove.
I second. You second?
all in favor, raise your right hand. E, discuss to take possible action on adding steps to the sidewalk in front of the pizza place and the antique store on Commerce Street.
Make a motion to discuss?
Second it.
Um,
I was talking to a guy, Ben Jarrett with the highway department, and I've been talking to this guy for over years. Matter of fact, I met him, called him again this week, and I've called him several times, he always knows what I'm talking about. And as a matter of fact, I talked to him the other day, said, you know how long I've been dealing with this? He said, yeah, February, year ago. So, all I wanna know is, are we gonna be infringing upon their territory if we decide to put steps in? We're not gonna touch the curb, we're gonna go use the curb at one step, and then one other step, 7-inch step, and then we can't go too far like down in front of the barber shop on down there, because this sidewalk isn't quite as wide. And if we go 3 steps, it's gonna be getting pretty close to the building where maybe a handicapped person might not be able to get through there, so. 1 step, 7 inches, and I think I've put the steps enough, you can have anywhere 5 to 7 inches or something like that. That's only 14 inches there, where down in front of Cheryl, 18 inches high. There's a big, big steps there. Anyway, I talked to him, I have, Steve Westworth gave me a name, Jerome Bearden, and I do small concrete things. I do want to ask him not only about that, but I do want to ask him about Kendall Square sometime. What's the possibility, how much that is, and ask him. And Shane gave me Robert Rallis as another person to get a bid. And I called him last Wednesday, and we got mixed up on this Friday. So we're supposed to. He thought it was this coming Friday instead of last Friday, and I waited down there for him last Friday to do it. And anyway, we didn't make an estimate, so I don't have an estimate. That's what I'm trying to do, is get bids and get an estimate and see whether we'd like to do that. We, as OEDC, can do that because those are in front of businesses, so, and you wanna know whether y'all wanna pursue, I think Philip was, president back when we did this, and they said, we do need to pursue it. Look into it, everything, so.
Well, Mr. Mayor,
We
we
need
want,
something there, that's too high.
yes, it is,
I think
but
somebody did break a hip or something, and somebody else fallen, and we can be liable. The city can be.
if in this process, we need to be sure there's a handrail installed beside the steps,
Right.
even if it's steep, so you old folks like me have something to hold on to. Rather than,
What I'm talking about, there's a pole right there between, Milano's and, Archie's place, and I was thinking about like either 8 foot, 10 foot, both sides of that pole, to make it. On the far end, you can walk up and down there, where the handicap ramp is. On the far end, that's not too high, and on the other end, you got the handicap ramp. That's what I'm looking at, so just whether y'all want to pursue this and see. I still have not, I actually called him in here, well, I met him down there, he was driving off and met him down there the other day, when he came back and looked at the project again. He said, I don't think it will be, but let me pass by my phone. He's supposed to call me Friday, and I haven't heard from him. I didn't call him today, but I've been off fishing. So just need to know whether y'all want to pursue it.
I make a
We'll
motion to
get
pursue it and get
before we
bids.
actually pass it, so, sir.
I make a motion to receive bids for this and continue it. Yeah, so,
I'll second that motion.
More discussion, if not, we'll call for the vote, all in favor, raise your right hand. F, discuss progress for park equipment, paints, and playground pits being filled with shavings. Just an update on the painting part, myself, Ms. West, and also my wife, we did start painting out there. We haven't finished yet, but we got quite a bit done. Actually, really needs to be a whole day dedicated to doing that, but we just, none of us just have that kind of time to just dedicate a whole day. But we have started painting some of the the pieces that were, that needed to be painted. As far as
As far as shavings and stuff, I know that there's been a ton of shavings purchased, so try to get those out before Monday.
so there is progress, slowly but surely. And I think, Ms. West also talked to someone about, there was a spot that needed to be welded up on one of the platforms that the kids, climb on, and, I think that's gonna be maybe already repaired, it's gonna be repaired pretty quick, so.
Yeah, one of my customers, was really excited that he thought he might help us out and it wouldn't cost anything, so.
So that's that. All right. We'll move on to the discuss progress of the water line of the Overton City Park and on Highway 135. Go get Shane West, city manager, for question. I know they finished with the boring, through the park. They completed that. Yes, sir.
I think they've, got all connections made, and they're finishing up at the city park at this point.
Okay.
As I saw them filling in everything that they had bored at the golf course and in front of Sylvie's. So as far as boring's concerned, I think that's over with.
Yeah. Okay, to discuss the status of the 12 golf carts and one utility car, vehicle. I talked to Fred on Friday. He said that they said they're on their way. I said that last month.
Saw two loads of golf carts as I was coming home today. They were headed to Shreveport, but I don't know if they were electric carts or they were gas carts.
Well,
One of them looked very suspicious as electric carts. The other one might be one.
I have followed this a little bit, and he's working with the master distributor in Texas, not a local, just, sales place. And I think what's happening to us is that he wants a limited number, like 12 carts, and this master distributor has an order for 60 to go out. Well, our 12 just got put on the shelf, and the 60 complete order got shipped. And I think Shane tried to find some carts locally at local distributors or sellers, and they went back to him to try to order the carts for Overton Golf Course, and he got mad at got mad at Fred for trying to order the carts around him. So it's kind of a tough situation, getting them in. It's not just simply like going into a Ford house and saying, I want 12 trucks. So
Especially when you're talking about the gas carts.
gas carts, yeah,
Yeah,
diesel.
sure.
I think he's ordering diesel, and of course all the others are diesel. So it's been kind of a tough hole. That's out of Fred's control and out of Shane's too. Hopefully that'll be resolved,
Yeah.
But I'm like y'all, this is like the second time in a row that this master distributor has shoved our order to the side, which you understand if you're in the distribution business. To us, it's a big order. To him, it's when I get enough carts to part with that smaller order.
All right, well, that's it for the meeting. Future meetings. We got the next regular meeting scheduled for July the 18th. Anyone needs to be absent? Okay, if no one needs to be absent, we need one more motion.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
Call for the vote, all in favor, raise your right hand.